So if you are a seller and you're getting ready to put your house on the market, but it's not in great condition, there are a few ways that you can try to reduce the negative effects of a house that is somewhat in poor condition. Well, the first one is you don't reduce the effect at all. You just say selling it as is. And then you have to recognize that you are not going to get top dollar for your house if it looks like it needs a lot of work. The second thing is you can look to make some improvements and repairs. Now, obviously, you have to be concerned with the return on investment of those repairs. If you're going to make a change that costs $20,000, but your agent thinks it'll get you $5,000 more for the house, then it's probably not worth it. What some people do, the other thing you have to recognize about making repairs is that, or updates, is that you choose something that is not likely to be a turnoff to a buyer. So if you need to replace your rugs and you're going to go with new rugs that are purple, that's probably not going to help you financially. Which brings me to the next option, which is to offer the buyer a credit and say, look, Mr. Buyer, we know you're going to say our rugs are in bad shape. Here's an $8,000 credit towards new rugs. That can be good because it allows the buyer to choose rugs they like. However, some buyers don't like the idea that once they move their stuff in, they then have to deal with moving things around and getting someone to do the carpets. And they say, we don't want to have to do the work once we move in. We just want it done. So one way to sort of straddle those two ideas is to offer the buyer a credit, or offer the buyer new carpets to be put in prior to the house settling, but allow the buyer to make the choice of carpets. Now, usually you'll want to put a dollar cap on it so the buyer doesn't choose super expensive rugs. But if you say something like $8,000 credit towards new rugs to be chosen by buyer, but installed prior to settlement, that can be one way to manage that. Another thing you might want to consider is a pre-listing inspection. Now, I usually recommend that to all of my sellers just because that way there aren't any surprises if a buyer chooses to do an inspection and finds a bunch of things that leads that buyer to terminate the deal. If you do the inspection and you provide it up front, it's much less likely that a deal is going to fall apart. Now, that said, if you know that your house is not in great condition in general, but there's nothing specific, or there are some things that you kind of wonder about or you think might be a problem, but you don't know for sure, some people take the route of, I have to disclose it if I know it. So I don't know it. I don't want to do the inspection because then I have to disclose that all these things are wrong with it. That is one school of thought. If you don't want to do a pre-listing inspection, another option is to have your major systems like your heat and air conditioning certified as being in good working condition. Also have them cleaned and serviced. You can get a roofer to come out and certify that your roof is in good condition. So at least you can provide the buyer with a little bit of peace of mind for some of the major systems. You can also offer a warranty. So there are home warranties which cover certain things, and there are also ancillary warranties for specific things that you could add on, like a swimming pool or something else. So you might want to look into home warranties, which give the buyer a little bit more peace of mind. Similarly, there are extra insurance policies that you can get for a property other than just regular homeowner's insurance. For example, you can get sewer pipe insurance and water insurance if you'd like. That will be helpful for a buyer who's concerned about deteriorating pipes. In addition to warranties, there are also specialized insurance policies that you can get beyond just the regular homeowner's insurance. For example, there are insurance policies for water and sewer lines. So if you think your buyers might be concerned about the age of those lines or things bursting, you can also get roof insurance separate, because a lot of homeowners insurance, most homeowners insurance doesn't cover roof leaks unless they're caused by a single event like a falling tree. If a house just gets old and starts to leak, homeowners doesn't cover that. But again, there are specialized insurance policies that you could potentially offer to a buyer. So those are just a few of the ways that you can try to mitigate buyers' concerns if your home is not in great condition when you put it on the market. Hope that was helpful.